Hello, good evening. It's nighttime here, and here I am trying to upload my first video about American Girl and photography. I'm not here to lecture anybody or tell anybody what to do. These are all suggestions and tips that I've kind of gathered throughout my experience of photography and photo taking and other things. I've taken lots of different photos, nature, landscape, some street photography. But now I'm just going to talk about American Doll photography because it's one of those things that apparently took off in my Instagram, and I really would like to share some knowledge. First and foremost, I find that taking photography is about paying attention to detail, paying attention to what's happening in your photos, especially your subjects. Your subjects, in this case, are your dolls. So, one of the ways I take a good care of my dolls is taking good care of their hair. Their hair is one of those things that are very noticeable in any photograph. I find that when I'm taking photos or I'm looking at anybody's photos, I zoom in on people's hairs, or I'm sorry, your doll's hairs. And it's excruciating to me seeing photographs of dolls with terrible hair. I feel sorry for the dolls more than the owners of the dolls because I can't stand looking at dolls with really bad hair, and it translates terribly on photograph. I find that when somebody takes a photo, even when I'm taking a photo of my dolls and they have frizzy hair, it just looks terrible on the photos. You can see every single strand showing up, and it just does not look great at all. One of the ways for me to even start taking a photo, before I even do any of that, I prepare my subject. So in this case, I prepare my dolls. I bought myself a spray bottle. So you can buy this in any dollar store. In the travel section, you'll find a spray bottle. What I did is I filled it with water and a couple drops of Downy or fabric softener. And what I did is I spray my doll's hair with it, like so. And the reason why I do that is I find the fabric softener softens their hair and makes their hair shine. And I find that with dolls' hairs that are all frizzy and there's flyaways in some of them, it kind of disappears because of the Downy in the water. I've been currently trying to use just plain water in my spray bottles, but I find that really dries up their hair and it just looks terrible. So I've stopped doing that and I went back to just water with some Downy. It works great for my dolls. So once you actually fixed up their hair, take a good look at them. Is this a doll you would like to photograph? And if it's yes, stand her up and then take a good photo. That photo is not meant to be published at all. It's one of those photos that is a practice photo, basically. Just take it as a practice photo on how your doll looks on camera. If you're satisfied with it, great, then you can continue with your photo shoot. But if you're not satisfied with it, then keep going. Keep, fiddling with her hair, and it really will make a difference in your photos. You'll find a great difference in how your photos used to look and how it looks now. Hair is complicated. It depends on your doll's hair. If your doll's hair is curly like Rebecca's, it's important to not just touch up her hair, but to actually arrange the curls a certain way where it looks pleasing to the eye. So condition your hair the same way as you did with your wavy hair doll like Molly. I would spritz it with some of my concoction. I smooth it down, okay? And then I stand her up and I arrange her curls how I would like it. So if I like it a certain way, then I arrange it that way and then I photograph it. If I find that it's pleasing to my eye and it looks good on camera, then that's when I would continue with the photo shoot. But if I find I'm not satisfied at all, I keep rearranging it until I know it looks good, because it's just terrible to see curls out of place in a photo. any mistake or any imperfection you photograph on your dolls is magnified tenfold once it's up in Instagram or Flickr. I find that the photos just look terrible compared to the small screen I had on my camera versus the, you know, the big screen on my laptop or my iPad or my computer. For a straight haired doll like, you know, Kit here, I don't really do very much with her hair. I just make sure that I rearrange her headband so the ribbons on it are straight and not in her face, and I always smooth out her hair. So for every shot that I take, I smooth out her hair again to make sure that it always looks good for the next shot. Because if you're complacent and you're not really fixing their hair up all the time, it just translates to a bad photo. You can have the best photo in terms of face and angle, but if your doll's hair is frizzy, it's not a photo I would like to publish on my Instagram. So I'm very particular with that, and I really like for you guys to be. I would like you to have really high standards for your photos and making sure that your photos are great, because everybody deserves the kind of phrase that they would get in an Instagram photo. But I would like you to be able to really be proud of your photo more than just the praise of other people. So be proud of what you're posting up on your Instagram, and really, really, really take pride in making sure your doll's appearance is wonderful, because it really will make a difference in your photo. I promise you. The second thing I worry about before I even take any photographs is their body and how they're positioned and whether or not there's specks or dust on it. A couple times I've noticed when I was taking photographs of Kit, she is my eBay doll, so she isn't a new doll. So I find that when I'm taking photographs of her, there's a couple of dust spots right here on her inner eye, and I find that it distracted me from the photo, and especially if the photo is a close-up, you can see everything. So I had to make sure that when I'm taking a picture of any of my dolls from now on, I've been looking at their face and their body to make sure if I see any marks like her, because like I said, she's my eBay doll, that I address it where she's posing a certain way where you can't see the marks. Last but not least is their outfits. I always look at their outfits before I take a photograph of them. I straighten them out. I make sure they look good on camera. Take a sample shot, and then if I'm satisfied with that sample shot will never, ever see the light of day. Always. And once I'm satisfied with that, then I start taking photographs for my photo shoot. I think that's it. I usually do a lot of preparation before I even start a photo shoot, and I hope you do too, and you really start a routine if you're going to take photographs. Pay attention to detail. That's my advice to you. Look at their hair, their body, and their clothes, and you'll have a very successful photo shoot, because one step to really good photography is paying attention to all the details that you can. Alright, thank you for watching my video, and I really appreciate all the views and all of the comments and all of the encouragement I've been getting on Instagram. Thank you so much, guys. I really wouldn't be able to do this, or would even want to do this, unless somebody actually asked me and suggested to me to do something like this. And I really appreciate all of the constant attention I get on Instagram, because without you guys, I wouldn't keep doing this. Thank you. Bye.